So after defeating Plantaria, you decided to go into the temple and head on to the Golem, but you're having a little trouble. Well, today, I'm here to give you a helping hand against the Golem. Before we get started, I would like to recommend the potions Iron Skin, Endurance, Regeneration, and Life Force. This will give you the optimal setup to survive against the Golem's onslaught. You can also reforge your accessories to warding as well, but for this fight, it's not completely necessary. So only do it if you really need to. As for weapons and gear, it's totally possible to go ahead and defeat the Golem with the same setup used for Plantaria. Though if you wish, and you really want to make sure you win, it is possible to go to the dungeon first to go ahead and get upgraded gear. Especially if you're a mage, the Spectre armor can really help you in this fight. The difficulty of this fight can depend upon two things: the size of the room the altar's in, as well as the possibility of moving the altar. The bigger the room, the better, which will give you more mobility. Smaller rooms will take away your mobility and force you to be more creative in trying to dodge the oncoming attacks. As for the second part of what I said, normally you can't move the altar without the pigsaw, but if you find the altar is on wooden spikes, you can blow them up with dynamite and move the altar. So please be very mindful of that. If you can move the altar somewhere or outside, it would make the fight much more easier. But if you can't, then you'll just have to make do with what you can in the room. It is possible to make a platform 9 blocks high that go across partially, give yourself some room to move against the Golem, but it may be a little restrictive at times. Feel free to use this setup if you're having a hard time. The first stage of the Golem is quite simple. He's going to attack you with fireballs from his mouth, but mainly his fists that come charging at. He'll only attack you with one fist at a time depending upon what side you're on, so try to focus on that fist. If you're fortunate enough to defeat it, it is possible of defeating the other fist while on the other side. No, the other fist won't cross over, it will stay where it's at, making the fight a little bit easier in that regard. Though once that fist is down, you'll be forced to go ahead and defeat the head. Be mindful of this part because, again, once you get to a certain point of health, the head will start shooting lasers at you, and they can start doing some damage after a while. This is where the fight's going to get a little bit more mobile, so you don't want to stand around. That is, unless you have the cross necklace, and you can take some damage. Once the head's defeated, it'll begin to float above high in the room, and the body will be your new target. While avoiding the body isn't hard, the thing is though, it will do a ton of damage if it lands on you, so try not to get underneath it when it happens, and keep an eye on the head as well, because while it's floating around, it still will shoot projectiles at you, causing a bit of an issue. Again, this is the part of the fight where things are going to get a little bit more mobile, so try not to stand around too much. It's very easy to lose a lot of health trying to do battle. Some people have had luck boxing the body in, some people had luck with the platforms that get the body stuck. Overall, I just try to dodge and avoid it the whole time while keeping away from the lasers. Reason being is having the room to move around is very important and not getting stuck. You have to look at the fight with the Golem as starting off slow and then building up. Once it starts shooting lasers, you have to start fighting more on the go instead of just standing around, because again, the damage will quickly build up if you're not careful. Again, if the damage is too much, don't be afraid to reforge some of your accessories to warding if you need the extra protection. Though with a little practice, that won't be necessary. And for those wondering about Expert Mode Golem, no, the fight's not much more different really, just a little bit more damage and a little bit more hit points, and that's pretty much it. Nothing really special in that regard. Anyway, Elements, I hope this video can give you some semblance of making the fight a little bit easier. If so, please be sure to rate the video. Any comments, questions, or suggestions, please feel free to put them down below in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. New viewers, be sure to subscribe for more Terraria Top 5s, Helping Hands, Portal Night videos, and others as well. We've got so much more coming. Have yourselves a wonderful day. I will see you all again next time.